What are these people running from? They're not. They're running to the world's toughest game show in town. Today, a team of dairy industry workers takes on a team of auto workers in the classic battle of lactose versus lube jobs. Get fired up for MXC Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. And now, here's Kenny Blankenship and Vic Romano.
Hello. We got a great show today. The dairy industry workers versus the automotive workers.
Right, the people that keep this great country moving.
And mooing.
Oh.
Hey, I heard you bought a new car.
That's right, Ken. I bought Bruce's car.
You bought Bruce's car?
Yeah, it's a fine 78 station wagon. Oh, hey, what are you guys laughing at?
It's a death trap.
Let's go to Guy.
Thank you, boys. It's me, Guy, here with my simple friend, Spencer. We anticipate the competition to be pretty fierce today. In the preliminaries, the dairy industry workers and their arch rivals from the automotive industry wreaked havoc, carnage, and total destruction. And as we continue, I am expecting even more fireworks. Now, down to Captain Tennille.
Hello, players. Let's kick it off with a question. I say auto workers and dairy. I think union. How many of you are proud of that American tradition? Well, organized labor is the leech that is sucking our economy dry. Remember that. Got it? Enough politics. So, what do you do over in this group? What do you do over here?
Hi. Yeah, we're against SUVs. They're dangerous. We hate them, and they're gas guzzlers.
Let me guess. I bet you're a tree hugger, aren't you?
And they're all clowns. How appropriate.
Let's go.
So let's get to our first challenge of the day, a little thing we call wall bangers. Like Skanky says, it's 4 walls with 4 doors, but some of them are locked.
You know.
And leading it off for the auto workers, here's Jimmy Del Mayo. He's a gasket flasher out of Milwaukee. And he's
looking
right through
good,
the
Vic.
first door. Yes, looking very, very good. Oh, looks like he may have dropped his keys or something. Oh! And he stalls out.
Well, good thing he found his keys, because he's going home.
Indeed he is, Ken. And here's Jerry Munster. He's a dairy curd curdler.
Nothing worse than uncurdled curd.
Indeed, sour tasting and binding, Ken. And there he goes. He's further. Oh, Skanky. He avoids Skanky easily, and he's through the third door, Ken. Then he does a switch up. Oh! He takes it hard. That little bit of strategy didn't seem to pay off.
Look, the cattle have already been through this course.
Indeed. Oh, and there you go. A sign of poor sportsmanship. Something so prevalent in the dairy industry. Up next, Don Sparks. He's a car painter specializing in first coats.
Oh, check out his foot first style.
Ooh, and his butt first landing, eh, Ken? There he comes up to the second door, and he hits hard, and he's down.
Guess his feet didn't help him there.
Oh, it looks like he could use some undercoating himself. Let's look at it again. Through that first one, and right there, it's a no-go. And mudflap artisan Bobby Lamb.
Oh, he comes in like a fighting lamb and goes out like a dejected little girl.
Oh, right you are, Ken. Next up, Irving Proctor. He's a bovine inseminator. A little trouble on his feet there. And he's got that unique head-first style he uses at the office. Oh, it appears he's fallen into something there, Ken.
That's from our friends at Spiffy Lube.
Reclaimed motor oil?
No, it's from their porta potty.
Excellent. And Skanky tries to give him some trouble, but Irving gets right by him through the third door, and he's all the way through the break. Unbelievable.
I think that deserves an MXC Impact replay.
Let's take a look. Here he is demonstrating his double-fisted face-first seed planter dive.
That's top-notch insemination, Ken. And next up, Arlene Smalley. She's a DMV vision tester. Hello, Arlene, over
look
here.
at that. Yeah,
there
you
she
go.
is.
Jeez, she didn't even try. Typical government worker.
That was kind of a waste of time, wasn't it, Ken? And starting off a little slip there, that's Latifa Felicite. She's an udder fluffer. I can't tell you how important it is to keep those udders primed and excited.
What a gamer.
She is indeed, right through the first one, and the second one, too.
You know, I hear she has never missed a day of udder fluffing.
Quite a remarkable attendance record. Right you are, Ken. There she goes, and there's Skanky. Tries to give her a double fist.
Little stagger.
Yeah. Oh, she makes her way around. And Ken, she's through the third wall.
Taking her time.
She's lining herself up. And there she takes off, and she's done it!
Oh!
She has done it!
Let's take a look at that again.
And here she is starting off a little bit of a slip. And she definitely was very deliberate. Took her time through the course, Ken.
Well, here's what slowed her down. Look at all that extra cottage cheese she's got to lug around.
Indeed, or as they say in the auto industry, too much junk in the trunk. But either way, she's put her dairy team ahead 2-0. She's got a nice smile. And here's Seth Wyman. Oh, takes a spill there. He's an odometer refurbisher for the used car industry. Seth makes it through wall number 1, but he's got to make it through all 4 of these if these auto workers are going to stay alive. There's number 2.
And he gets a taste of the fluid donated by our friends at Spiffy Lube.
Looks like he got more than a taste, sir, Ken. And of course, here comes Skanky. He's got to deal with him now. Oh, a nice little head fake, and he's through the 3rd wall. And what's she gonna do here? The wrong thing. And the auto workers are down 2-0. So can they come back, Kenny, or are they as dead as your sex life?
Get wet, get dirty, get ready for Get Hard, next on MXC. MXC continues as the dairy workers try to cream the auto workers.
And welcome back. And that, of course, is Irving Proctor, the bovine inseminator who put the dairy workers in the lead. Kenny, he has really raised the bar in this competition.
Yeah, I can't believe he gets paid to put his own hands inside a cow.
I can't believe he uses his own semen.
You know.
And it's time to get hard. The competition is going to get a lot stiffer. Why? Because our automotive and dairy teamers must crawl through 18 million cubic feet of quick-drying cement and get to the other side before they get hard.
Hey, isn't that where they're putting the new parking lot?
Why, I believe it is, Ken.
You see over there where those guys are getting hard? That's my parking spot, right by the dumpster.
Good for you, Ken. Now remember, the basic rule of this elimination challenge is that you crawl on all 4s, grab a flag, and continue on to the finish line. And look at Bart Hayward. What a great stroke. We had a chance to speak with him earlier.
I like the feel of cement in my pants. It's squishy.
Well, you can't argue with that, Ken.
Speaking of squishy, here's my MXC Impact Replay. Ooh, look at her. She's a dirty girl. She needs to be washed and spanked.
Ken, I don't think that actually qualifies as an Impact Replay. And here, taking a flag, LBK, he mounts rear bumpers.
My plan is to start slow and come from behind.
And he's wiping up the rear right now. Looks like there's still quite a few cement swimmers on the course. And it looks like that cement is starting to set up. Well, that's not good for the stragglers, Ken.
Oh, look, Vic. Dirty girls. Look at the high beams on those, huh? It's my first cement T-shirt contest.
All right, Ken, let's stick to the action, huh? Be a professional. And it looks like there are some people out there in trouble, but not to worry, because I think we've got one of our rescue workers out there, and it looks like she's in trouble, too. Okay, this game is really getting sticky. As they continue on through the course, it's getting harder and harder. And right there with one final lunge, it's Gail Spicer, backseat tester. She takes the flag and the game for the auto workers.
Hey, I thought you were all winners, but let's hear it for the people that did make it and are now part of our new parking lot. All right, hey, watch the suit. Watch the suit, everyone. Watch the suit.
That new parking lot's going to be sweet. You can park your new car there.
Well, my manservant can park there. I don't drive. And speaking of horseless carriages, let's go to Saddle Sores. And lane number 1, it's Faulty Child Seat. Number 2, Yo-Yo Yogurt, Crank Gasket. Screamin' Creamin', Linda's Lube Job. And in the 6th spot, Violent Phlegm. And the captain starts him off, and here we go. We are underway. And it's Crank Gasket. And coming up to the outside, it's number 6, it's Violent Phlegm. Moving out nice. Oh, and she's down. And there, of course, number 4, Screamin' Creamin', making her move. And across the second steeple, Crank Gasket, oh! And Creamin' Screamin' is down. Gasket over it, and there's Linda's Lube Job. And Crank Gasket is gonna take it all alone. Let's go back here, Violent Phlegm. Oh, such a shame. Don't worry, Ken, she'll be humanely destroyed. And here is Crank Gasket coming across the finish line, a great stride. And taking the tape for the auto workers. All right, let's go to our second featured race of the day. There's Lay Lady Lay, Gelding the Lily, Mama's on top, Designated Mounter, Huffer strikes again, and Papa's got a brand new nag. Thank you, Captain, and they are off. And it looks like Papa's got a brand new nag taking off on the outside. They all look pretty close, don't you think, Ken?
Nose to nose.
And there's number 4, Designated Mounter.
Oh, down.
Unmounting herself. That puts Gelding the Lily taking the lead, but on the outside, Papa's got a brand new nag.
Come on, Papa. Come on,
And
Papa.
he's got a brand new bag, hangs on to win. And as he trots over to the winner's circle, let's take another look at the spectacular death of Designated Mounter. Ooh. How about a reverse angle, Ken?
Yeah.
Equally excruciating. I tell you, the competition doesn't get any better than that. Well, while the captain does a little house cleaning, we're going to take a break.
Hey, mateys! Hang on tight. Swishbucklers, next on MXC. MXC continues as the auto workers try to demolish the dairy workers.
We're back. Oh, I gotta tell you, Vic.
Yes, Kenny.
I got my money on those dairy workers.
Kenny, a professional commentator should always be impartial.
Yeah, I know.
And objective.
Oh, I am. I never crossed that line. I just bet on them.
Okay. Now let's go down to Hardy Har Harbor for a game of Swishbucklers. You know, Ken, the game is taken from an old pirate drinking game, popular among alternate lifestyle pirates.
Oh, yeah, the butt pirates of the Fire Island.
They prefer the term buccaneer, Ken.
I love my rope.
They also were known as the pillage people.
All right, Ken. And there's Vin Badona. He's a milk flotsam skimmer, and a nice swing, good landing. Oh,
And he goes down.
Hang on. This game was very, very popular amongst the sassy seamen of the high seas. The object was to swish across the open ocean on a ropey strand and forcibly board the barrel. As it's clear, auto worker Leona Croft is having trouble doing right there. And who do we have up next for the dairy workers? It's Jeff Piper. He's a non-union cheese waxer.
Nothing worse than a scab handling your cheese.
Indeed. And it looks like he picked the wrong game.
Eureka!
Here's Win Stateman. He's an aftermarket chrome buffer, Ken.
Here he goes, a nice launch into a full 90-degree Fisterton. Oh, and he misses. You know, if they covered their one eye like a pirate, they probably would be able to see that platform.
Right you are, Ken. This game originally played by a bunch of one-eyed, one-legged, hook-handed maniacs. All right, and here's a replay of Sergio Puente, Director of Research and Development at the Pastorini Institute of Cheddar.
He's a real cheese whiz.
Indeed he is, and he whizzed that one. And here's auto worker Stella Whiteman, who's a quality control director for an upscale fuzzy dice manufacturer. And she rolled snake eyes on that one. And this is Kurt Sheehy for the dairy workers. He's a milk carton creaser. Third generation milk carton creaser, Ken. As a matter of fact, his great-grandfather, Episcopal Sheehy, was one of the first egg craters.
Wow, that's fascinating, Vic.
Yes, but it didn't help Kurt out here. Next up is Barbie Bloomberg, who you may remember was the 1999 strap-on tool calendar girl.
Yeah, I've been to her website.
Oh, and look what's going on here. She's on to a double-split Blackbeard curtain into a Mr. Mast, and coming back for a premature manual release.
I've seen that a million times. I've never heard it described so well, Vic.
I started in telemarketing, Ken. Next up, we still have no winners, but it's Bernie Brody. Will he be the first? Oh! Unbelievable. Let's take a look at that again.
That calls for an MXC Impact replay.
Indeed it does. Bernie, a butter substitute teacher from Valhalla. Oh! Good heavens!
Oh! He crushed everything he owns.
Indeed he has, Ken. And next up for the auto workers,
My captain!
young Ralph Dripper. He's an oil pan handler. There's a good takeoff. Ankles together. Oh! And that could have been his undoing.
Yeah, a real swishbuckler never lets his thighs touch.
You're absolutely right there, Ken. And coming up last, it's Milton Shanks. He's a bull milker.
What kind of cheese comes from that?
I don't know, Ken, but it doesn't belong in a bagel. Oh, and a nice landing. He's holding on.
Well, he's known for his grip.
Indeed, that's a Guernsey grip, Ken. And he is hanging on. Let's see if he can do it. Can he? Yes, the judges have said he's held on long enough. Let's take another look. Here he is, Milton Shanks. I tell you, after a rough day of bull pulling, to have the strength to come out here and compete like that, Ken, it's impressive.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, those dairy workers are really making a show of it.
Yes, we are, Vic.
Kenny, you're not supposed to take sides.
No, I'm being impartial and objective. I put $50 on the auto workers, too. I might win twice.
You're an idiot.
The teetering temple of crippling doom. Next up on MXC. MXC is back! The final battle between the auto workers and the dairy workers is about to begin!
And we're back.
Yes, we are.
Kenny, we are down to our final challenge, and it happens to be
MXC
one of my
rules.
favorite games. Hey, I got it here, buddy, okay? It is the Teetering Temple of Crippling Doom.
Get it on!
And first up for the dairy folks is Steve Mottman. He's a mad cow therapist and is also lactose intolerant.
Oh, helping you tolerate pain.
Indeed, let's take another look at that cat.
Ah, backbreaker.
Indeed it was.
We can get it.
There's Loretta Salzano. She has an exhausting job working in a muffler division.
Yeah, she started in tailpipes, worked her way up to the top.
And as usual, ended up on her back.
Don't they all?
There we go. And next up now, let's go to Tiffany Teal. We had a chance to chat with her earlier about her chances.
If you ask me, this game is so easy. Oh, did I say
Well, it doesn't seem like confidence is a problem. But let's see how cocky she is. She ends up underneath one of those 2-ton titanium slabs, Ken. Well, wait a minute.
She made it.
She did indeed.
She's going back.
Unbelievable.
This game is easy.
Kenny, well, she's going back again.
Oh, wow. She is talented.
No, she's not, Kenny. She's lucky. Sorry. Next up, Shwerma Ganoush. Ooh, and he takes a spill. Let's take another look at that. A courtesy lounge attendant at a Detroit lube and rinse. You can see right there his misstep. Oh. And next up, it's perky little Michelle Reed. She's the regional director of the Cream Cheese Council and chairperson of the National Butter Board.
Oh, sounds like she's spreading herself thin.
Indeed, Ken. And here's Wayne Longacre. He's a prescription windshield crafter. Let's see how he does. Oh, not good. A head-on collision with a hefty slab. Here's our MXC Impact Replay. And you can see he got into trouble right there, Ken.
Yeah, look at his back foot. Way too far extended.
Let's go to Guy to find out what went wrong.
Oh, how do you think your daddy did, huh?
He totally blew it. That game's so easy.
No, it is not easy. It's a hard
Like
game.
my other father.
Oh, the other father. You have 2 daddies?
Yeah,
1, 2?
he's just my stepdad.
And Janet Jenkins, she works in the convertible division.
Yeah, I'd like to take her top down.
Who wouldn't, Ken? It looks like she took herself down there. And here's Carol Lovelace. She's a string cheese braider. There she goes. Takes concentration for her job, and she's brought it to this competition.
Yes!
Look at that. Unbelievable, Ken. Let's take another look at that. Stepping gracefully atop the tops of the tablets, not unlike the Incan sacrificial virgins who originated this game. And right there, Ken, snatches victory for the dairy workers, and look at them celebrate. What a fine competition, Ken. And what time is it now?
I'm thinking maybe the coolest part of the show.
Well, it is a popular segment.
I'm thinking it's the best segment.
Just roll it, Ken. It's time for Kenny Blankenship's painful eliminations of the day.
Number 10, Vinny Badona doesn't have the grip for swishbucklers. Number 9, Jimmy Del Mayo Gasket Flasher. He fought the door, and the door won. Violent Phlegm through a skate had to be put down. And here's young cheese whiz Sergio Puente. Just spread him on a cracker. Curd Curdler Jerry Munster has a blood-curdling impact. Tailpiper Ralph Dipper is catalytically converted to chum. Oh, yeah. Oh, and there's my dirty little girl. She's dirty.
All right, Ken.
Designated Mounter goes down hard as now a jar of kindergarten art paste. Lube and Rinser Shawarma Baba Ganoush becomes part of the Teetering Temple of Crippling Death, one vertebrae at a time. And my most painful elimination of the day goes to standout for the victorious dairy workers, Butterman Bernie Brody. Oh, he churned his innards to cottage cheese with this sternum-crushing attempt. Ouch! Yeah! I need a towel.
I think that says it all, Ken.
Yep. And what do we always say?
Don't get eliminated!